How can one piece of paper decide a war? Well, we're about to find out. This is a story of brilliant deception, a move born out of pure desperation at a moment when everything was on the line. Okay, so let's set the scene. We're in the French colony of Saint-Domingue, which you know today as Haiti. The year is 1799, December, and things are, well, they're a mess. A brutal civil war is just ripping the colony in two. And right at the heart of it all is this key port city, Jacmel, and it is completely, totally surrounded.
So to really get what happens next, we've got to understand the players involved and just how desperate the situation in that city really was.
All right, so you've got two main guys here. First, there's Toussaint Louverture. He's the big shot governor general, and his goal is simple: one unified colony under his rule. But then you've got André Rigaud, the commander in the south. He has a very different idea. He wants to break off and create his own domain. You can see where this is going, right? These two are on a collision course.
And who's stuck right in the middle of this mess? A general named Alexandre Pétion. He's on Rigaud's side, and his job is to hold Jacmel. The only problem? He's completely trapped. And when I say trapped, I mean the odds are just insane. Pétion has 5,000 men. He's up against almost 10,000 of Toussaint's soldiers on land. And as if that's not bad enough, the American Navy is blockading the port. No food, no supplies, no reinforcements can get in. It is looking incredibly grim. And then, a knock at the door. An officer comes in with some news that's about to change everything. Mon General, we've captured an American. And not just any American. A sailor they found in a house of prostitution. Talk about an unexpected twist. Pétion must have been thinking, maybe, just maybe, I can use this. And this is where our story takes a hard turn into the world of spies, because this American sailor, yeah, he's not what he seems. Not at all.
Let me introduce you to Michael McCoy. Publicly, he's just a 19-year-old kid, a midshipman on the USS General Green. But his real story? He's actually 24 years old, and he's a spy for the U.S. State Department. His mission was to get intel on Rigaud's forces.
So this intense cat-and-mouse game kicks off. McCoy gets caught, right? But General Pétion is no slouch. He was educated in Paris, he's sharp. And he looks at McCoy and thinks, no way, this is just some teenage sailor. The kid's too smart, too calm. So Pétion decides to test him. He throws McCoy into a prison with some really rough characters, just to see if he'll break. Pétion is now positive. This guy is a spy. And being the desperate man he is, he decides to make a huge, audacious gamble. So after 15 long days in that rough prison, Pétion has McCoy brought to him. He gets him cleaned up, gives him a proper drink, and then he just comes right out with it. He looks him in the eye and asks, "Are you a spy, Mr. McCoy?" The game is up.
And then Pétion lays out this incredible deal. He basically says, look, I know you're a spy. What if I gave you a piece of intelligence so big it would save your country? And what does he want in return? Almost nothing. Just get that American ship, the USS General Green, to lift the blockade for a few days. That's all. Just enough time for him to get some food for his starving men.
And then Pétion plays his ace. He hands McCoy a letter. And it's an absolute bombshell. It's supposedly from Toussaint Louverture to Napoleon Bonaparte himself. And what does it say? It talks about a secret plan to invade the United States. For an American spy like McCoy, this is it. This is the motherlode, the kind of intel that makes a career. But, and here's the genius of it all. The moment McCoy is out the door, Pétion turns to his own captain and tells him the truth. The letter? It's a complete and total forgery. A masterful fake. There is no plot, no conspiracy. It was all a brilliant lie, cooked up for one reason and one reason only: to buy a few days to resupply his city.
So, the trap is set, and McCoy, totally convinced he's a hero, holding a letter that could save America, races off to deliver it.
Okay, so now we're at Toussaint's headquarters. The American envoy, Dr. Stevens, happens to be there. And in walks Michael McCoy, just beaming with pride. He hands over the letter, probably already picturing the parades they're going to throw for him back home for saving the country.
Toussaint takes the letter, reads it, and then he just starts laughing. Not a nervous laugh, a full-on, hearty laugh. He looks at Dr. Stevens and basically says, "This is a joke, right? An obvious fake." You can just imagine McCoy's face. He is absolutely floored. How could Toussaint know? How could he be so certain? And the whole thing, this entire elaborate ruse, comes crashing down because of one tiny, elegant detail. Toussaint explains that for any important official letter, especially one to Napoleon, he would only ever use vellum, that really high-quality material made from animal skin. And Pétion's forgery? It was written on plain old, common parchment. A rookie mistake.
And just like that, it's over. With a simple lesson in the quality of paper, the entire deception is exposed. Toussaint even goes and gets a stack of his real letters to show them the difference. For Michael McCoy, the spy who thought he was a hero, it's just a moment of pure, crushing humiliation.
So what's the fallout from all this? Well, a field gamble like this has consequences for everybody, but maybe not in the ways you'd think.
Well, for poor Michael McCoy, it's game over. His career as a spy is done. For General Pétion, it's kind of a mixed result. Yeah, his big plan failed, but he did get that 3-day window to bring in some supplies. But the real winner here, by a long shot, is Toussaint. By being honest and proving the letter was a fake, he looks incredible to the Americans. He solidifies his alliance with the U.S. Navy and comes out of this whole mess looking stronger than ever.
And this new, stronger alliance leads to something truly remarkable. To help Toussaint win the war, the U.S. Navy actually put its captains under his direct command. Now stop and think about that for a second. This is 1799. Back in the United States, this would have been unthinkable. But here, on the ocean, in the middle of a war, white American naval officers were taking orders from a black general. It's this incredible moment where talent and rank mattered more than race, something that just wasn't possible back home.
So it leaves you with this question, right? In a war that's all about deception, who's the real winner? Is it the strategist with the clever lie? Pétion's gambit did get him a few days of relief. Or is it the truth teller? Toussaint's integrity didn't just win him a battle, it won him a powerful alliance. And in the process, it kind of changed the rules of the game. Maybe, just maybe, the ultimate victory isn't about telling the best lie, but about building the most powerful truth.